All right, so it's middle of May here, and I'm out here in one of my little food plots, and I'm going to spray this thing. As you can see, we've got this food plot is basically cut in half. We've got what I planted here last year was beans and peas, turnips, and then a bunch of brassicas. There's some clover in there. But some of what was left over in that seed has grown up, and as you can see, we've got some weeds in here. And what I'm going to do is I could just kill all these weeds and just allow the good stuff to grow. But I'm going to start over this year because I've got an option for seed that I'm going to use. I'm going to use some trophy radishes. Actually, they're like daikon radishes. And it'd be the first time I ever used them, so I'm going to really try that out. So I'm just going to kill this whole food plot. As you can see, we've got it one half over here. Then on the other half, on this side here, this is actually the 4th year on this food plot. And as you can see, we've got a lot of weed and grass competition. Lots of weeds, we've got a lot of grass. We even got some dandelions growing. So this is the 4th year on it. I could kill the weeds, but you know what? I'm just going to start over, just because food plot's not that big, and it's being so small like this, it's pretty cheap really to kill everything and start over. Plus, you don't need much seed. So, plus I like to experiment with other stuff. So, we're going to kill this whole thing, and what I got here is I got my backpack sprayer. I've already got it filled with water. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to kill this stuff with glyphosate. And I've got 3 gallons of water in here. And what we have here is a granule that's it's an ammonium sulfate. And what this does is I just throw it in here with a glyphosate or Roundup. But I mix this in here and I stir it up a little bit. And what it does is it breaks down the protective coating on the leaves that you're trying to kill, because most plants have that protective coating, and this stuff will help to break it down and will allow the Roundup or the killer to actually penetrate the leaf a little better. So what you can actually do is get away with using less of the Roundup. This stuff here is really inexpensive. You can get a really big bag for I think maybe 15 bucks, 20 bucks or something like that at your local farmer supply store, maybe a TSC if you got one in your area. So I'm going to start off by just dumping this in here. And this, by the way, this is 8 ounces. It's 1 cup. And I've got 3 gallons of water in here. You could probably go 1 cup or 8 ounces per 4 gallons. And this being a 4-gallon backpack sprayer, but I'm going to make it a little bit stronger, so I'm only using 3 gallons of water. And then we also have our glyphosate. And what this is just like Roundup. Now, I bought this at a farmer's market or a feed store, and it's a little bit cheaper than Roundup. It works just as well. But you can use Roundup, and you buy that at Lowe's or Home Depot or one of those home garden centers. But just a tip, if you do buy Roundup, make sure you buy the concentrated form. Don't buy it in the ready-to-use mix, because they've already diluted it with water. And if you take that and dilute it with more water, it's really not going to work well at all. Plus, it's going to take a lot more money-wise to cover this whole area if you use a ready-to-use. So always buy the concentrated form. And you might even ask your farmer's co-op or feed store, if you have one locally, if they have Roundup in an even more of a concentrated form, because they actually do have a commercial use for it too. So anyway, I'm going to take about a cup of this, and again, recommended dosage about 8 ounces or 1 cup to 4 gallons of water. And I know I only have 3 gallons, but I'm still going to make it a full 8 ounces. We're just going to dump this in there. All right. So now we've got a concoction that'll kill all this stuff. got a little stick here. I'm just going to stir that ammonium sulfate just to get it to dissolve a little quicker. If you use a stick like this, make sure there's no bark on it that's going to come off inside your tank, because it might clog up your nozzle. So we're just going to mix this up. And this this backpack sprayer, you know, I started out doing all this with a little handheld tank sprayer, you know, where you got to carry it around with a handle. The problem is, you know, you get anything more than 2 gallons, and you got to lug 2 gallons around with your one arm. Your one arm is going to fall off after, you know, about 15 minutes of spraying. So I went to a backpack sprayer only because it's a lot more comfortable to lug it around. And sometimes we go into some distances, you know, to get back into our area where we have food plots. So this backpack sprayer, you can buy these. I think I picked this one up at Lowe's. Home Depot's got them. This happens to be a Spectracide brand, but there are other brands out there. I think this one cost me something like you know, 65 bucks, not a whole lot, and it's been a really good backpack sprayer. I've sprayed a lot of gallons through this thing.